No hipsters.
No hipsters.
No hipsters pod.
Episode 65, No Hipsters Pod. It's your boy Ron, the founder of NoHipstersAllowed.com. And this week, our guest is the one, the only,
Thevey. Nice to see you guys again on the show so much.
It's been a minute, right?
It has. It's been a minute.
Yeah, so I'm glad. And also, it's a special week. You just celebrated a milestone birthday on the 11th. And
Not you remembering my birthday.
Oh, yeah, don't forget birthdays.
Look at that.
Yeah. Aren't you, is that same as Cardi?
I do. I have the same birthday as Cardi B. We were actually born on the same
exact
day.
Mm-hmm. That is right.
Yep.
So before we go any further, I'll have you, pop the sparkling light.
Y'all, I'm nervous. I'll be so
We're not in
nervous
the
to pop bottles.
champagne budget yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
That was perfect.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Ronce.
Right.
Thank you. Oh, a man of class. Do you see this, you guys?
I do my
He knew
best.
to tilt the glass.
I do my best.
I got that bubbly. I got that bubbly. I got that bubbly.
Some more life and just more Thevey.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yes. Happy birthday. Oh,
Oh, that's that good Prosecco.
All right, let's get to the topics. So much has happened since the last episode. Mainly, I think that the rap girls have been, preparing for the
girls are fighting.
Listen, in the immortal words of Azealia Banks.
Wait! What is the tea? The girls are fighting! No!
Like, they're preparing for, this battle of Winterfell, and it's Cardi and Nicki are having, this proxy war with other rappers.
Using everybody as pawns.
It's really weird. And, actually, it really kind of started... Well, it start with this iteration of the Cardi Nicki beef started after Nicki had the big remix for Super Freaky Girl and had all these lesser known rappers on it with her as her way of looking like, she's showing love to which she never did that
ever
till recently. But yeah, so she has all these girls, it's Bia, Malibu Mitch, JT, and a few other people. And I think that girl used to have the guns, the Chicago girl.
Katie got bands.
Katie got bands, yes.
I love that game. I love that game.
No, that's classic,
Okay.
classic. And so she has all of them, and over the next it's been 7 weeks since then, and every week each person has had a public fight.
Every week, Nicki sends one of the rap girls on the song what she wants to argue about, and she sends them the tweets, and then they tweet it out to Cardi. Then Cardi catches it, and Cardi falls for it every time.
Unfortunate.
Every time.
Is that a Libra thing? Tell me.
No. Because to me, a true Libra, the girls are fighting, let the girls fight. I got too much money. I got a man. I got kids. What she said, I got 2 cribs, multiple houses, 6 cars, more bitches, better pizza, better. So it's I'm just sitting here why are you finding the time?
It makes no sense.
But I do love when she was, I think she was fighting with the Akbar girl. And she was like, I gotta go pick up my kids. So you got about an hour to get your shit off. I said, now that's a Libra.
Right.
That's a Libra.
Which is particularly funny because Akbar apparently can't see her kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All her kids was taken away from her.
Right.
It's 5 kids, 5 different baby
it's
daddies.
5?
Allegedly, because I don't want to get sued.
That's how it is.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, interesting. So I feel like all of that, the beefing between the rap women has kind of come to a head in the last few days where Nicki got into it with Latto. Now, I don't think Latto was really, at least it doesn't seem like she was in any collab with Cardi. It just happens to be a situation where Nicki and Latto, got into, because Latto apparently ain't scared.
But Latto was in a collab with, so particularly it seems like the root started when Latto asked Nicki to be on that Sunshine song. When Nicki said no, Latto asked Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne hopped on the song. And then same for whatever song
Big
Latto
Energy.
has that samples Mariah Carey. So here you have two big greats who she said, like, Nicki, you're not going to do it. I can find another person to do it. I can find another way.
Yeah.
Nicki's mad because now, what is it? Big Energy or Sunshine that got the Grammy nomination?
I'm not even sure. So we don't know the Grammy nominations. But you know what? Let's even take it back a step. So it all started where an article came out saying Super Freaky Girl was...
Yo, I hate that name. I'm tired.
Like,
I'm sorry.
We'll table that for another conversation. But yes. And Super Freaky Girl was not nominated, is not in consideration for a rap Grammy. Apparently, the committee.
Why would it be in consideration?
But no. Let's be fair here. So this is where I think Nicki has. No. Let's be fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's a rap song. It's a rap song.
Okay.
She's not singing on the song.
Okay, but you're telling me that when you heard Super Freaky Girl, you was like, shit, that's a Grammy nomination waiting to happen. That's what you thought when you heard the song?
Well, why not?
Out of all of Nicki's discography, so here's the thing. That seemed even the nomination or the consideration for the song seems like a real, like, let's throw her a bone. It's been a couple decades, so let's just throw her a bone. Nicki has had hits that were worthy of a Grammy nomination, that were worthy of Grammy consideration or whatever. Super Freaky Girl ain't one of them. Super Freaky Girl is mid. It's catchy. But it's mid. There is no true lyrical content. It doesn't move the folks. It's not being played in the clubs.
Because you like all these like random city girl songs. So
and I've never said any of them should be Grammy nominated.
Okay.
Although Top Notch, JT on Top Notch, I ain't gonna hold you. Bar for bar, she should have been nominated for that. But I would never actually come out and say like, oh, this song content, the way that it moves the people,
right?
It needs a Grammy nomination.
Okay, that's fair. So I'm actually of the opinion that music does not have to be conscious or in any way like serious to be taken seriously. I think party songs that are silly, songs that are catchy, songs that people might describe as fluff are actually worthy of respect as well. And I think those types of songs have a place, and that music that makes you happy and that makes you want to dance or just makes you forget your problems for a moment are just as important as the political songs.
It did that?
Not for me, but I'm saying it is the type of song that, you know, it's fun. Like it's people are having fun with it.
But I don't think Super Freaky Girl.
They'll have them weak ass choreography on TikTok, but that's another.
It's not moving people though. Like what was the songs that Megan got her Grammy award for?
Savage.
When Savage came out, the girls were going crazy.
So okay. What I would give you as far as Savage versus Super Freaky Girl is that Savage felt like a more organically popular song, as opposed to Nicki, where she has her fans like, you know, stream from 7 devices, and you know, it's just it's just like,
because
it's actually kind of
the Barbs be at home like, grab my iPad, grab that Mac,
it's weird, and that's why that's why it doesn't feel like a lot of casual fans like the song, because it's really just the Barbs, you know, kind of like doing that initial first week. Oh, let's all
agreed.
So
because I didn't feel when I love the rap girls. I love the rap girls, and when I heard Super Freaky Girl, I never heard it again.
So I'm not quite there. I do think it's a decent song. I just don't think it is Nicki's best. Is what I'm saying. Right.
Agreed.
And I think, you know, definitely, and even when like, so Missy had tweeted something, oh, what is a song a hit if, you know, some question about chart placement and like whether a song is a hit if just because it's number one. And that was a week that Freaky Girl debuted at number one, and people thought it was about Nicki, and so now all the Barbs are now attacking Missy. But
Missy.
But we don't know for sure that's what she meant.
I don't care who it's about. That's tea.
But it's like, it doesn't feel like an organic, like, oh, like people really like it. And Nicki doesn't really help matters by like posting every stat. Oh, most streamed on Spotify today. Like if you're a real star, you don't have to do that. Like
Nicki is the most insecure ass legend in the world. Her and Kanye neck and neck, insecure as fuck. need attention from any direction. They don't care if it's good press or bad press. They just want attention. And it's sad because it's like the Nicki arguing with Latto, Nicki arguing with Megan, Nicki arguing with this person, Nicki arguing with that person. Girl, you are married with a toddler. Where do you find the time? Where do you find the time? You are a legend. But now your legendary is like being minimized. No, for real. Like, her legendary is being minimized. Because now, like, don't get me wrong, still got a Nicki specific playlist with all of her greats that I know bar for bar.
Bar for bar, one of the best ever.
Period.
Male or female. Like,
period.
I wouldn't say, she's one of the best
male
ever.
Or female, period.
And she's not quite acting.
She's not living up to it. And it's making me not want to. I have her blocked on Twitter. I have her name muted. Because I'm not for the shenanigans. I can't stand seeing grown ass women act like little ass. I can't stand it. Yeah. That's why the true legend and the true winner in this situation is Beyonce. Because it don't matter what anybody say about Beyonce and what anybody do about Beyonce. She's never going to address it. Her publicist will address you.
If that.
If that. Before you ever get a response from her. And that's how a real bitch moves. A real bitch who's getting money and who likes her husband and who likes her children, that's how they move. Some of y'all don't like y'all mans. Some of y'all don't like y'all kids. I don't know.
But
I don't know.
In any case, back to the beef with Latto, and it's just, there's so many, we could go so many directions with this, but we'll try to follow that track. Super Freaky Girl, according to reports, not considered in the rap category, considered as pop, which I think is weird. I know you disagree, but it's fair. Weird, right? So Nicki's mad about it, and she's ranting on the internet, and says if Big Energy by Latto is rap, then so is Super Freaky Girl. And I don't know if she has any confirmation that Big Energy was considered anyway. But anyway, she makes that statement, and Latto DMs her, I agree with you, but considering where we left off, you should have left my name out of it.
Which, Latto,
I mean,
way to put your ovaries out there. I like that. She's 23.
Yeah.
She's 23 years old.
Yeah, I thought that was really bold.
She didn't move like a little girl and go straight to the response. She said, go into the DMs. Like, I agree with you, but keep my name out your mouth. That's what she said, and I fuck with it. I wasn't even a Latto fan before that. That made me a Latto fan.
So Latto has done a lot of things that actually is winning a lot of people over. Definitely me, because she has been a weirdo for a long time. Mm-hmm. You know, the name Latto is weird.
The origin mulatto, and standing by that is weird. Imagine me calling myself Tar Baby. Rap name Tar Baby on the track. That sound crazy, but she changed her name, so
changed.
We won't hold her past against her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I mean, even like in interviews for a while, she used to say, "Oh, I'm not black. I'm biracial," which I leave it to every mixed person to decide what they call themselves. She says evolved, and says she's black. Fine, whatever.
That's so cool. You just get to pick and choose. Like, I want to be able to pick and choose.
Listen, I understand that it has its own complications. It is what it is.
I'm mixed.
Me too.
Period. I'm Haitian and Nigerian.
I'm Nigerian and American. Literally. So, and so, in any case, though, I mean, all that she sent that message saying, consider where we left off, leave my name out of it. Nicki goes to Twitter, calls her Karen, says that this Karen has mentioned my name in many interviews, but has only mentioned her in praise.
Positive,
right? Called her a legend, praised her multiple times. Really has been a fan, and so now you're attacking her, calling her a Karen, and then of course Latto just about the guts out. I
appreciated every second of it.
I didn't think she had it in her.
I didn't think she had it in her either, and it really brought me joy to see somebody eat Nicki up on a timeline besides Cardi, because it's like, okay, Cardi, we know you're beefing with Nicki, like, y'all can stop now. So to see another one of the rap girls say like, look, baby girl, or grown ass grandma, like, I know you got smoke with all these rap girls and you be punking them. You're not gonna punk me.
Yep.
And you're especially not gonna do it in public.
Which is essentially what she said.
Right?
In the first
because she technically, Nicki punked her behind the scenes through those voicemails that Latto dropped.
I've done nothing to you.
Yeah,
you are.
Something that is clearly delusional.
It's delusional to say that other girls are flourishing.
Something that's stupid and misinformed.
It's
I'm the one acting crazy.
But to say, like, to try to punk me in front of an audience or work.
So basically, she said, you know, you're not gonna bully me. You know, called her. You said you're literally older than my mom, which I thought was a diss at first, but she actually is.
But she's actually older than Latto's mom
by 3 weeks, which is crazy. And so,
could you imagine? No, because I really want you to imagine an auntie beefing with you at her big age. At her big age, that's crazy. That's embarrassing. They calling her a 40-year-old bully.
Yeah. So yeah, the hashtag 40-year-old bully was trending because
they calling her super freaky grandma.
Latto called her super freaky grandma. That is trending for like 2 days straight, which is crazy.
People changed their Twitter names to super freaky grandma. I saw it all up and down my timeline. They say that's a good name. They said that's catchy.
It was so embarrassing for Nicki. I don't think she realizes the gravity and of the L she took with that whole thing. And that's why you really don't get into it with like people who are either too young or just not on your level as far as fame and status. She had everything to lose.
Hello.
She had everything to lose. So now, I mean, I don't know if she's gonna learn from this. But
nothing. Yeah. I mean, even I think the worst part of the Twitter argument for me was people were bringing up the fact that, of course, we know Nicki is married to somebody who has committed numerous sexual assaults, allegedly by law, who has been found guilty of those sexual assaults, and who is on the sex offender list. That is who Nicki Minaj is married to. And people were bringing that up. And so somebody said a false rumor that Latto's parents
were 15 years apart.
Yeah, like we're so many years apart that
she retweeted it and they had to delete it, of course.
Facts, because libel, or is it libel? How do you say that word? Libel?
Yeah. or slander.
Or slander or defamation. All of them. Like, what would make, and she was like, oh, you weren't worried about who was a rapist when your parents, you know, had you, or when you worked with Kodak Black, or girl, Nicki, your brother, may he rest in peace, because that's also none of my business, was being like accused of pedophilia.
Is he dead or in jail? It's her dad that's dead.
Oh, her dad dead? Her brother not dead?
I think he's in
prison. Is he just in jail?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, either way, he is a pedophile. You got a husband who's a pedophile. Like, you literally can't even bring anybody but your mom and your son on any red carpet. You can't bring a single man in your family to any red carpet event. Like, are you not embarrassed? And you're caping for rapists and trying to call her parents, like, you're weird. You're too old for this. And then she was upset because we were calling her old, but Nicki, you are too old for this.
But the thing about that is that when she was new, she was ageist.
Herself.
To Lil' Kim.
And Lil' Kim was like 33, 31.
Like 35 at the time. So.
And you called Nicki, you called Lil' Kim old. It's your turn. Look, if it's anything Michael Scott taught me from The Office, is that the turns will table. And it's your turn, Nicki. It's your turn.
No, because it's really sad because I remember this, and this is a quote that stands out to me. It says, she said, "Be careful who you pick fights with." And she was saying this about Lil' Kim, meaning because it's a new girl, that the new girl's not going to be, able to fight you back or willing to fight a legend back. And she is the legend, and she's picking fights with these new girls who clearly aren't afraid of her.
Literally.
And it's like there's no winning. Even if she had the last word, you still got into it with a girl who doesn't have a fraction of your fame, of your achievement. Like,
it's like, you ever have like a 16-year-old come to you and be like, that little boy just hit me. Girl, you're 16, that little boy is 3. Why are you telling me that a little kid hit you?
I've never seen anything like that. But
I saw it on Twitter the other day with Nicki and Latto. It was like, Nicki, you're 40. This girl is 23. She is a little girl. Like,
which you started it anyway.
And you started it.
Yeah.
But you want to know what was really interesting? I think the most interesting part about this to me is that there was this clip going around of Little Kim saying that, like, basically what Nicki does is, like, she'll subtweet and she'll put slights out there, but she only puts the slights out there and she's never direct, because the moment you come out and you're direct towards her, like, you're subtweeting me, I can see it. Nicki can go like, what? No, I wasn't even talking about you, girl. That wasn't me.
Yeah, I mean, but that's
what she does.
That's how good shade is, right?
To this day. But that's the thing that I don't like. Like, you are a grown-ass legend from New York. Why are you throwing shade? Say it with your chest. I think people will respect you more. People would respect you so much more if you could just say it with your chest. You be doing a whole lot of subtweeting. Throwing rocks, hiding your hand.
And you know, she was particularly upset because in an interview, Latto had said,
it's great for us. Look how many female rappers is thriving right now. Versus it being Nicki, and everybody else. Now we all, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, we all right here.
Which is, you know, kind of half true in the sense that, yes, it was mainly Nicki, but there was that moment where we had Iggy Azalea, but that didn't last. And
why would you even bring her up?
I mean, it's worth bringing her up because Iggy Azalea achieved things that Nicki only achieved in the last 2 years, which is achieve a #1 hit.
Oh, that is upsetting.
So that was...
See, and Nicki, you throwing all the shade to the black girls. Where was your shade towards Iggy?
I think the reason why, I was thinking about this, and I think it's because Iggy did not last. And Iggy was never seen as legitimate, so maybe she never saw her as that
a
kind
threat.
of threat.
Yeah.
So, and then of course, Remy got out of prison. She never achieved commercial success.
Yeah.
But she did end Nicki's streak at the BET Awards for the Rap Award.
Which I love. Congrats to you, Remy Mama.
So I mean, yes, there have been times where there were other people, but like, Nicki gets really upset, and the audio that Latto posted has her like saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna send you a list of other women or whatever." It's just, why is any of this worth it?
And it's like, really, and I just can't. You want to know what's interesting? I would say, as a black woman who has worked in plenty of corporations, the worst leader I ever had in my whole life was a black woman. The worst leader. There's this thing, and the black corporate girls know where I'm coming from, and I'm wondering if this is a thing that extends into the rap game.
I've heard this a lot, where like a lot of black women say,
when the young black woman comes into the room and she has all this ambition and she's vibrant and people are connecting with her, that older black woman who has had the longevity there and who has had like the notoriety there feels threatened and will nitpick and pull down and just try to make that girl feel small. And I've seen it happen time and time again in the corporate space. And it really feels like this is another instance of that. Like, and I will never, that's why like the people who we consider leaders today, I don't consider real leaders. Because to me, a real leader, you lift as you climb. You pull people up. That's what leadership looks like. And I think that our generation, younger millennials and like Gen Zers, they're real good with like, I'm gonna lift people up as I climb. Like it's enough money out here. It's enough opportunities out here.
You're making a very great point. So I don't know if you know who Naima Cochran is. She's like this industry woman. She used to work at like Bad Boy. I think she's a writer now. And she said, it's strange that an artist who has an opportunity to be the like, you know, old head and like take you under her wing is letting another artist who's 10 years younger, Cardi, take that role. Because that's what Cardi's doing.
That's what Cardi's doing.
You know?
Tomorrow 2 is a bop.
It is.
It's a bop.
God, here she goes.
Like, here's my thing. Like, I'm not even a Cardi stan. I'm not. Even though we have the same exact date of birth, I'm not a Cardi stan. Like, her music is good, but you've only put out one album, so I cannot stan you from one album. Like, I need a discography.
Can you stan Lauryn Hill?
I don't even stan Lauryn Hill.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm just very sad.
I would say
she's a talent.
Lauryn Hill is very, very, very talented, and I think the reason why people stan her is because of that moment in time. Same thing for Cardi.
Yeah.
It's the moment in time.
I actually think it's fair to stand on
Yeah.
one album, but I actually think that Lauryn Hill gets way too much for someone with just one album. But to me, until you can do a second album that good, it's a fluke.
Yeah, I want to see I want to see you do it again. But Tomorrow too, Cardi did it again. She did it again. If I could get an album of just roughneck Cardi going bar for bar like that,
actually,
I would really fuck with it. I feel like her debut album was amazing.
Yes.
And she did a perfect blend of pop and rap and a blend of different cultures. She showed us all aspects of her and I loved it. Yeah. I think her second album, she should give us drill. She should give us roughneck rap. Like, that's what I'm trying to see.
Maybe like on 3 songs, not the whole thing. You know,
half the songs.
Okay. A quarter. No, but in any case, no. I mean, honestly, I think back to Nicki, all this shit is just embarrassing, and she's still whining about the Grammys. Apparently, so the Grammys put out another report saying that she is in contention for 5 categories now in the rap field, and then she's not satisfied either. She's saying they're gaslighting her and her fans. And so,
is she not embarrassed, bro?
It's like
you a begging asshole. Can I see your phone, asshole? Can I get some candy, asshole? You are 40, nigga. You won, Nicki. You won. You are queen of rap. You are Nicki Minaj, Nicki Lewinsky, Nicki the Barb, Nicki Harajuku Barbie. We see you, Nicki. We see you. You don't gotta do this. Don't ruin your legacy trying to get accolades from white people so bad. We see you. Your bread talks for itself. Your talent talks for itself. Your personal life is questionable, but like your fans speak for you. Like, girl, like you don't gotta do this. You embarrassing. You begging. Just like Kanye. What's wrong with them?
You know what? Like, perfect segue. Kanye is. Here's the thing. I canceled Kanye, I want to say 9 years ago now. As soon as he wore the jacket with the Confederate stitch, I'd seen enough, and I love that for me, right? I don't need to see.
You were ahead of your time.
I tell people, listen, I need to see it once. Just show me something that is objectively weird once, and I'm out the door. And
you were smart for that.
Yeah, because
I'm in an abusive relationship. Well, was an abusive relationship.
Right.
I think many of us were.
Yes. Unfortunately.
Yeah. I just saw the other day.
It shouldn't have taken this much.
It shouldn't have. I saw the other day somebody said, y'all realize he's been this weird ass Kanye for longer than he's been the legendary musical genius Kanye.
Correct.
And it was that for me that made me go, oh God.
Yes.
Like, because, and I was telling Ronte before, when I was on the podcast in January, one of my losers was Kanye. My loser for the week is Kanye West. So like he's been disappointing me year after year after year after year, time after time again. And yet here is another disappointment. And I think this time around, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm not interested. If he does have a mental health issue, I really pray that his family, his ex-wife, whoever is around him gets him some help. But just like Nicki, I'm sure there's a bunch of yes men and yes women around him who are not going to get him the help that he needs. But using racism as your marketing card isn't cute and it isn't funny. Using anti-Semitism as your marketing card, it isn't cute and it isn't funny. And you fucked up on the anti-Semitism part. You know, they don't care what you say about black people, but you cannot be out here talking about Jewish people, not God's chosen people, okay? Because they will pull your card, and that's exactly what's going on. It's exactly what's going to happen. I foresee this really being his fall. I foresee this really being his, like, when Trump comes out and says, I think Kanye West needs help, we might got a problem. Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, I think Kanye will always have a bit of a following, but it will never be the same after this last week. So first of all, before any of this, we had weeks of just nonsense harassing Adidas executives
showing them porn, which is weird. It's sexual assault.
Like, there's so much that's happened. I even forgot about that. The fighting with Diddy on the internet, and then harassing the writer at Vogue, Gabriella Careffa,
which was over his shirt during Kanye West's fashion show. Yeah. Him and Candace Owens?
Yes, they both wore White Lives Matter shirts, and then the writer at Vogue.
And those shirts are for sale, by the way. So this was actually part of his clothing line.
Yes. Called out by the Vogue writer, he now starts harassing her. She's a black woman, and making fun of her boots, her fashion, and so now she's being defended by Gigi Hadid, Hailey Bieber, and a whole bunch of other celebrities are defending her, and now he's dissing everybody. So it's just so much has happened, and of course Diddy really being very aggressive to Diddy, saying fuck you, and posting screenshots of their messages,
which was interesting.
Diddy was going to beat him up though.
I did because what was interesting. So first of all, Diddy doesn't address many things, and he even said that in his video addressing Kanye. I don't address many things. I don't really be giving a fuck. He's a billionaire. He definitely don't be giving a fuck about what's going on. He having a good time with Miss Young Miami Carisha, please, okay? He came out, he was like, I don't condone it. Kanye, you're my brother, and that is not making sense to me. You need to take this shirt off the market. Kanye's weird ass text Diddy he was texting him weird stuff. I can't even remember what the messages said, because
saying, he said put a green light on me, basically telling Diddy's to harm him. Or
he's like, what are you gonna do? Beat me up? And Diddy was like, I love you, man. Yeah. This is all love.
No.
What did
it was
he say?
Love. It was let's look.
Do you think he was threatening him for real?
Yeah.
I love that, because that's so Scorpio. Because it was really if you read the message and you take it to the police department, the police are not going to be he's threatening my life.
Tell me where you are. Tell me, he kept asking for Kanye's location.
Just tell me where you are. No, it's all love. I just want to talk. Nah. He was like, come outside. Come outside.
Yeah.
That's how he was.
And it's funny because even though now technically Kanye is richer, even though I still think I feel like they need to recalculate.
Wait, Kanye is richer than Diddy?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
He's supposedly worth $6.7 billion, which would make
Kanye's worth $6.7 billion.
Yeah, I do think that the numbers are weird.
The math's not mathing.
Yeah, but I mean that's what they say.
Because how could you? And that's the thing. I think that's real. I
don't doubt that he's a billionaire, just considering how long Yeezys have been popular.
Yeah.
So I don't doubt that he's a billionaire. 6.7 sounds a little high, but you never know. It's possible.
Off of clothes.
Yeah.
One electronic device.
Those are, it's really from the Yeezy, because it's really, Yeezys are so ubiquitous at this point.
But 6.7 billion off of shoes.
It's possible. It's possible. I mean, but it's possible. But who really knows? But
But you remember that time when he threatened Forbes? He was like, Forbes, y'all not doing the math right. I'm a billionaire. So it could have been he threatened Forbes so much. Forbes was like,
who knows?
We just gonna lie.
Who knows? But whatever the case, text messages being posted on the internet, just harassing different people, so he gets banned on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Goes to Facebook, Twitter, and it's now posts a picture of himself with Mark Zuckerberg from years ago, saying, "Hey, Mark used to be my nigga." Yeah. And then shortly after says, and this feels like this was maybe because of Mark Zuckerberg, him owning Meta and Instagram and being Jewish, says, I'm going to go DEF CON. What he meant was DEF CON, but he's illiterate. I'm going to go DEF CON on Jewish people, and then just right after that, the tweet gets taken down, that he hasn't tweeted since then.
Yo, when I tell you, that was one of the moments where I was like, oh shit. Because again, I understood him using, and by understood, not agreed with, understood him using racism against black people as a marketing tactic. Because if there's anything that's going to get the people going, him going all the way far left, he's going to get the people going.
Far right.
Far right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Look, that's how much I don't give a fuck about this. Him going all the way far right, It makes sense. Yeah. I get it. You're trying to get, when you get the far right people, you're going to get your TV show, you're going to get your radio show. All of these white people are going to go up for you. Like, so I got that. But you cannot be anti-Semitic. Not in these United States of America. Yeah. When Nick Cannon did it, what he do? Lose his show. The show he created. Temporarily, because what he do? Backtracked it. He backtracked it like a mofo. And so, like, you cannot be anti-Semitic in this country, period. Like, and the fact, I think the most shocking part was finding out he was being anti-Semitic during that TMZ interview back then.
In 2018.
And that those...
And TMZ left the slavery is a choice comments and took out the
Semitic comments.
So apparently he said
intentionally
in that interview appearance, he said he loves Nazi and loves Hitler and Nazis. And actually, Van Lathan, who worked at TMZ at the time, was when he exposed this.
But as far as him, I knew that was in him because when he came to TMZ, he said that stuff and they took it out of the interview. He said something like, I love Hitler, I love Nazis, something to that effect when he was there.
And so it's really interesting. I think it started conversations about what kind of hate is acceptable in the public square. And
hating black people is T. Hating and loving black people is T, has always been T, will always be T. We are very much a commodity, a marketing tactic. We're all of that to be
a punching bag.
Half of the people who are far right, I don't even believe they got that much racism in them. It's fun to be racist. Tucker Carlson don't believe none of the shit he say, but he getting paid to say all of that shit. Yeah. But like when you lean...
Speaking of which, Kanye did an interview with Tucker.
Which I did not watch. I didn't watch his interview, and who he also did an interview with Noriega on Drink Champs.
Like literally.
Did not watch because the fact that y'all are watching a clearly mentally ill black man deteriorate in front of this whole nation, and y'all are giving him mic after mic to do so.
I don't doubt that he's mentally ill, but I think it's a mistake to even bring that up in the midst of all his hate speech, because I think in a weird way we're kind of saying that this is because of his mental illness, and mentally ill people are not racist just because of that, right?
That's true.
So this is Kanye, who is number one, consumed with the idea of being thought of as a genius, even though he really isn't. And in his mind, he is not a genius. He is not a genius.
Okay. So then, what are we using to signify genius? And how could you say that he is not? What is the reasoning why not?
I think real ingenuity doesn't try that hard to convince you.
Big words. Y'all better look that up. That was a good one.
But also, I think in Kanye West's mind, ingenuity and being an enigma are one and the same. And this is not just Kanye. This is, I think, most of society.
Yeah.
Anytime someone's doing something different or doing something that makes them an outlier, then they must be a genius, right? Which is false. And so because in his mind, and he believes in the minds of everyone else, being weird makes you genius. I think he goes out of his way. So that's why he wears the weird clothes. That's why he goes for all these unpopular opinions, because I think differently. That's why. But it's a scam, and it's a stupid scam that only works for stupid people. And so he's not a genius. I'm sorry, he just isn't. He's talented.
Okay,
he's not a genius.
So I will say this: right now, his genius stamp is looking real funny in the light. I do agree with that. I will say, though, maybe innovative is the word. Kanye has always been a very innovative person. Entering the rap game, entering the clothing game. Like, he's always brought innovation and change. And I think that that's what people admired about him, and that's what people call genius. But right now, I think the reason why people are associating his racist antics with, because you're right. If like, I never look at a video of a white person being racist and go, oh, they must have a mental illness. Never have done that. So you're right. This is like a double standard that it's giving for sure. Because he could just very much just be anti-Semitic and really have a lot of self-hatred and not like black people. Like, that could just be ingrained in him. But I think because we saw one version of him and now we've seen the transition to this other version of him, it's hard for us to grasp that, oh, this version of him is him. Like, he has changed or evolved or whatever we want to call it, or he hid it very well in the beginning and it came out. I think the only thing that I don't agree with is people using the death of his mom as a continued excuse.
Definitely not, especially because he throws her under the bus every chance he gets.
And especially because his mom died like 15 years ago?
Yeah, but he disses his mom. So if he doesn't care about her memory or her legacy, to say that she made bad choices or to openly criticize her, then why should we use
But then
that?
at the same time, he'll name a album like this is, and I think this is why we keep saying it's mental illness, because we keep seeing these juxtapositions.
No, because he's a con artist.
I don't know,
because
man.
ultimately he knows that you guys will give him that pass. Oh, he lost his mom and it was tragic in the way she died. So he's naming things, naming her albums after her. He's naming that little cult he has after her. You know, I mean,
his school.
Yeah, and so
parents who are sending their kids to this school,
yes,
y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Really,
like
honestly,
legitimately ashamed.
It's just,
your child is being left behind. Okay, left behind.
Truly.
But no, I feel you.
Like, and honestly, like, as we're talking, there's just so much that we even, like, I'm forgetting, I'm sure, that he's done.
Because he's
in the
done
last,
so much.
In the last month.
It's embarrassing.
Too much. And then he said, at some point, he said, I can't remember who was talking about this, someone wasn't really black. He said Trevor Noah wasn't really black. I think he said that in this last interview. And everyone was like, not the man with 4 half-white kids saying that someone doesn't look. And meanwhile, as far as...
Didn't you go out and seek white women to have children with? You sought them. Like, you sought white women to have children with. So you can't really be, you don't really got the authority to be pulling black cards.
Yeah.
For sure. You nor Nicki. Because Nicki been blazing since she came into the game.
Was she?
Miss Mamas is 40 years old, still wearing the winged eyeliner. Like, mamas. Y'all can't be calling nobody Karen. Y'all can't be saying nobody's black. Like, if Dr. Umar is an authority on blackness, I'll give it to Dr. Umar. I know y'all don't like that man, but that man is funny. He's entertaining. And if he said you wasn't black, I would believe him. I think Dr. Umar has more authority than Kanye West.
True, and he too is a fraud, right?
He too is a fraud.
But
and I still would listen to Dr. Umar before I listen to Kanye West.
Yeah, it's just honestly, I don't know what to even like start or end with Kanye, but he really is showing himself to just be a scumbag, and it's one thing after the other. You know, one thing was scandal after scandal. He goes on Drink Champs, and first of all, he tries to go and he films an interview with The Shop, which is
LeBron? Which LeBron?
Yeah,
LeBron James.
Yeah, LeBron. I don't know if LeBron was actually present, but definitely Maverick Carter was his business partner. And apparently they had to yank the episode because he repeated his anti-Semitic comments.
Which y'all saw Man's breaking down. Y'all should have rescheduled that interview anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they claimed they had scheduled it weeks before, like the big like anti-Semitic comments. Either way, I think they wanted the ratings and they knew he was going to say things that were problematic. I hear that Jeezy was there and Jeezy and Kanye had like a heated situation. I don't know.
Ooh.
Yeah, I saw that one today.
But because now I want to know what's going on in the interview.
But I mean, they canceled after like he got banned from Twitter. They scrapped that.
Cause Jeezy and Kanye fighting is interesting.
It is.
It's interesting because, you know, Jeezy's a very calm dude. We saw Jeezy go toe-to-toe with Gucci, and Gucci was disrespecting his dead man's over and over and over again. And Jeezy didn't even let that shit bother another Libra. Didn't let that shit bother him, not even a little bit. So for Kanye to get to him, it's like he must have been saying some, like, wild shit. Like...
Yeah, I guess we'll never know. Then a few days after that, the Drink Champs interview happened. And so since that's happened, first of all, the Drink Champs episode has been yanked from YouTube and also on the Revolt website. And first of all, before the episode starts, this is a big disclaimer. Like, this is not representative views of Revolt, Sean Combs, blah, like they say we're not in it, right? And so they invited Kanye knowing he was going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't.
They did it for the ratings.
So I don't want to hear like the post game. Oh, I'm sorry. So
because Noriega came out with a whole video on YouTube about how he regrets doing the interview and everything. And baby, no, you was doing it for clout. Don't regret it. Yes. You got the clout. You got the attention you were looking for. Don't regret it. Right. Stand on that.
Right.
Stand on that.
Absolutely. And then he goes on one of the interviews, I think it was Hot 97.
As a black man, I feel like I failed. As a human, I feel like I failed. But as a journalist, I succeeded because as a journalist, you're not really supposed to have an opinion. You're supposed to let people talk.
Who said you were a journalist?
I have never heard anybody say Noriega is a journalist.
Like I would even I wouldn't call myself a journalist. Even like when
you're a podcaster,
right? Even like on my TV appearance when they called me a journalist, I was like, ugh, like because I've never.
But at least you write.
Right, but at least I've never told the network that I've never used that term for myself. So I think that's it's a real like profession that you have to go to school for.
Yeah,
and so it's just the whole thing is like you're not a journalist, and like there's just no pushback. And it was just an unintelligent conversation all through it, right? And look, he's never been like a particularly skilled like interviewer or anything.
No shade to Noriega because Drink Champs is funny.
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining.
It's just like funny.
But all you do on the show is drink, laugh, interrupt your guests, and smoke. It wasn't giving journalism to me. No, give it up. Give it up for that. That's what you do on the show.
My funniest from Drink Champs is when I think it was Swiss Beats goes.
In life, we gotta face our poison in order to poise on. Because you was born from your mother and you a poised son. You understand? That was hard.
Give it up for Poison. Give it up for Poison. That's what Noriega be doing on the show. Wait, hold on. You gotta have the blunt in the head. Give it up for Poison.
Right.
Give it up for Poison. Like,
but
sir,
it's just, the whole thing is just like
journalism is not what it gave
at all, right? And it's fine when it's an unimportant conversation, a conversation that doesn't have potential to harm. But when you like someone has been on really just like a destructive path for however many weeks. He should have gone into that with a bit more thought than usual, and he did not.
Agreed. I think that's the thing that's bothering me with the attention that Kanye is getting and the fact that y'all keep handing him a mic is that his words, just like we said, Donald Trump's words harmed people. Donald didn't have to go out and hit anybody or pull a gun out on anybody. His rhetoric was harmful. People heard his rhetoric and then used it to incite violence on people. People are hearing Kanye's rhetoric and are likely to do the same thing. When no wonder he loves Hitler, because literally when you give a man with a power complex and who belittles people in order to heighten their power complex, their rhetoric then becomes harmful to that marginalized group. So I can see where he could feel those similarities in that connection. But the fact that y'all keep giving him a mic, y'all keep saying like, oh, the Holocaust could never happen again, but it happens every single time y'all hand these weird ass niggas mics. Stop handing these weird ass niggas mics.
And I really think that's really where we are. Sometimes I even wonder if I'm making a mistake by posting about him, talking about him. Like maybe we should just cut the oxygen.
He need to go to the there used to be during church, when they praying for the people who's in on the shut and closed in list or the sick and shut in list. Like, baby, he's sick. He need to be at home. We need to be praying for him. We don't need to be posting his antics, talking about his antics too much. We need to pray for Kanye. Like,
and even so, more is happening. Even like today, an interview with Chris Cuomo.
He had an interview with Chris Cuomo today. Wait, Chris Cuomo's still interviewing people?
He got a new job at News Nation, I believe.
Damn. Yeah. White men always bounce back. Yo,
must be nice.
Must be nice.
I mean, it's not CNN, so it's a soft bounce, but bounce back.
Shit, but he got a job nonetheless. Damn. Yeah, lucky him. Now he interviewing Kanye.
Right. So that's gonna be great for his show, right? And mind you, because we're gonna shit on Nori, we're gonna shit on Chris Cuomo as well. he's doing the same thing.
Yo, no facts. But the thing is that
he probably pressed that. Like,
I'm not I was about to say, when it comes to these white men interviewing Kanye, like, I'm not surprised. They love to see somebody shucking jive. Right, it's very entertaining.
The only difference I'll say is that Chris Cuomo pushed back in ways that Nori didn't.
Not from a place of anti-Semitism.
That is
some of
inherently
my best friends are Jewish,
anti-Semitic.
and I'm also Jewish.
And if they're your friends,
some of my best.
If they're
Why
your
are
friends,
you talking over me, bro?
Because I'm trying to
make it
correct
seem
what you're
hostile.
saying that is
it's not
damaging to decency.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had like a whole thing. But in any case, Kanye, I mean, honestly, we can probably go forever and ever and ever. But
I honestly will say this, because Kim is still married to Kanye, and I get Kim trying to distance herself from Kanye, but Kim and her whole side of the family, y'all need to figure something out. We tired of this nigga too. Help us. Get him some help. Do something, because I don't know if Kanye has family. It don't feel like it. It does not feel like it.
He definitely doesn't feel like he has any real friends. Just has
it doesn't feel like it.
A whole bunch of sycophants around him.
Literally, that's it. Yeah. And money is not the most important value. So I don't give a fuck that he's a billionaire. Yeah. His behavior is destructive, not only to society, but to himself. And if he doesn't get help when something really, really bad happens, oh my God, we never expected. Oh my God, poor him. No, y'all expected. We're seeing the derailing happen. Like, we're watching it happen right before our eyes. So let's stop this before something bad happens. Like, because this could go left.
I honestly don't know what comes next after this. He doesn't have much of a platform at this point beyond interviews, and I'm hoping people stop interviewing him. But I will end on this note and say that he really is an idiot, in the sense that Candace Owens is taking advantage of him. So he's acquiring Parler.
From her husband. Like
they just came up on you. Like they got more clout. Because first of all, I didn't hear about Candace Owens until Kanye started tweeting about her years ago. So that's the first part. You've given a lot of fame, but now you're about to make them.
And her husband white. So you just gave the white man a big lick. Like, what happened to Jesus Walks? God showed me the way, because the devil trying to bring me down. Yeah. Okay? Like,
how things change.
How things change.
The man who made all falls down.
Ooh. And was giving us bar after bar.
And making the most just brilliant political statements.
Oh my God. And now this is who he is.
So.
It's sad.
Unfortunate.
We're praying for Kanye. Kanye is on the sick and shut-in list. And we need to pray for Kanye, okay? God did. We need to pray for Kanye.
Winners and losers. Thevey, I will let you go first.
Okay. So my winners, y'all will never have expected for this to be one of my winners, but it is Biden. Because I would never, ever give a white man a win. But this student loan forgiveness, even though it's $20,000, I know you barely had that, baby. I know you barely had that, in the words of Dr. Umar, but we appreciate it, because what you are doing for, especially if you have a Pell Grant, which most likely if you're a minority and you grew up poor, impoverished in any kind of way, you had a Pell Grant. I had a Pell Grant growing up, so $20,000 in relief, baby. I love it for me. But like, what you are doing for America right now is you are reducing the opportunity gap, which is a blessing, okay? You are increasing credit scores, which is a blessing. People will be able to buy homes, which is a blessing. People will be able to get out more loans. They'll be able to have a sense of freedom because of what you're doing. And so although it should be more, I'm just saying it should be more, I will give you that. I appreciate it. And I will happily turn in the application today with joy, knowing that I'm about to get $20,000 in relief. And y'all launched it. Y'all launched the beta version with no glitches. Y'all ain't asking people to upload tax return forms or nothing. You're pulling it by their social security number. You even went back and said, we'll take your 2020 or your 2021 income, because he knew people leveled up in 2021 and 2022 after the pandemic. He said, I know y'all getting more money now, so we gonna go back and use it when you was poor and still give you relief. That's a good man. You did it, Joe. You did it, Joe. So kudos to Biden. My second winner is Ari Lennox. Ari Lennox Shea Butter Baby album just went gold. And personally to me, Shea Butter Baby is the best R&B album of my lifetime besides Confessions.
Oh, wow.
Besides Confessions. I love Shea Butter Baby. I can listen to it from top to bottom, and I cannot say that about any album except for maybe... No, I can't say that about any album.
Oh.
I can't say that about any album. There's always at least one skit for me.
Not even Thriller?
There's always at least one skit for me.
Interesting.
And Shea Butter Baby, it had no skits. And I think as a dark-skinned black woman, I resonated with the music a lot. I resonate with her not feeling seen, with her always getting in trouble for expressing herself. Like, I resonate with her journey, and it was good to see a dark-skinned black woman win, even though it took a hella time because that album been out.
Yeah.
But like, I was happy to see her get her thing. So kudos to Ari Lennox. My losers are two people. People still making excuses for Kanye West, and people who are still supporting Tory Lanez. I don't give a fuck if their music sounds good.
And that includes LeBron James.
And that includes LeBron James. That includes Mal from Rory and Mal. Mal, I fuck with Rory and Mal so hard because I hated that whole thing that happened with Joe Budden. And Mal is avidly against the fact, he's like, if you shot Meg, like, I can't roll with it. And even the fact that there's an accusation of you shooting her disgusts me. But then you still listen to the album. So I'm confused. Are you disgusted or not? Like,
which is it?
Is it Uchiwali or is it One Mic? Stand on what you say it is. And to me, the moment the accusation came out that Tory Lanez shot Meg, it was donezo. Nigga was blocked, muted. I don't listen to his music. I don't listen to his features because you intentionally or unintentionally harmed a black woman. And no real nigga, you like to act like you a real nigga, is toting guns around black women and accidentally or purposefully firing them off. It doesn't matter, you midget. And y'all already know what it is with Kanye West because we just ranted about him for like 30 full-on minutes. But y'all are weird for still making excuses and supporting these black men. I love black men and I want black men to win, but when you enable negative behavior, it does not give any purpose or intention to evolve. So they can remain the same because they're still gonna get the rewards, the accolades, the attention. So they have no reason to change. They have no reason to be better. So y'all are enabling them, and I don't like enablers. So those are my losers.
There's that.
How about you?
I actually have just one winner today, and my winner, I have to say, is Latto. I mean, I really do think that was a big moment for her. You got to use a much more bigger rapper, much more famous rapper to, for your personal gain. And it's not like she sought that out. Nicki provided the opportunity, and she used it well.
And she did it well.
Used it really well. Super Freaky Grandma trending for days. Like, I mean, it's just held her own.
Super Freaky Grandma is crazy.
Hilarious.
It's crazy.
Hilarious. So, I mean, I think that was a W for Latto, and hopefully Nicki just learns to just stay out.
40-year-old bully.
And then my losers are, of course, Kanye. I think this is just, I do think, and I've thought Kanye is a terrible person for a long time, so I'm not surprised. But hopefully people are, unfortunately, it takes this for people to see him for what he is, and hopefully we just leave him where he's at. And we've said it all at this point. Nori, my other loser, because he went into this knowing what was going to happen, and it's just showing himself to just be an extremely shallow person.
They do anything for clout,
right? Unfortunately, and it's funny that you mentioned that because I'm thinking about the Migos. Honestly, I'm going to say.
What?
I'm gonna say Quavo and what's the
Offset? Takeoff
are also losers right now because.
Oh, for real? Why?
Yeah, because I mean,
you ain't like the album?
I really the whole thing is just weird. Like, just to be like, why?
I'll say this. I think when it comes to the Migos, I think the Migos will be the Migos again. Okay. I think this is just like family drama, and I think it's the perfect family drama opportunity because it allows them to boost their careers individually in the way they want while people are still wanting them to come together. And as family always comes together again, they will come together again.
You think so?
And so when that album comes out after they come together, oh baby.
Okay, what do you think about the rumors that Offset slept with?
I don't believe Offset slept with Sweetie because Cardi would have beat Sweetie's ass.
No, because
Cardi's fucking crazy.
No, because the reason why that's the reason actually why I'm saying he's a loser. I think he's put out a very bad rumor that, I mean, if it's true, then I guess
I think he was talking about Lil Baby. Lil Baby definitely smashed.
So it wasn't Offset.
It wasn't Offset.
Because my mom was like, why would you even let people think that for a second if it's not true, right?
Well, yeah, because I mean, if you have to explain a lyric, that automatically makes you lame. As a rapper, you should never explain your lyrics. Like, that's embarrassing.
Okay.
So he put it out there as ambiguous enough because you can't come out and say Lil Baby fuck my bitch. But Lil Baby on his album actually had a rebuttal against him. Where he was like, what did he say? Like something like,
I don't know what he said.
I don't know, but he basically said like, I can't help your bitch want to be.
On that Lil Baby song, it's like the same song 10 times over. The album. Yeah. But
it's true. I don't be knowing what Lil Baby's saying, but he seemed cool. Like, he seems really cool. Like,
you know what? While we're at it, I just thought of I'm gonna get to her last. Actually, next was gonna be Beyonce, because if these visuals were out already, there would be a lot more peace in this world. Definitely, like, Nicki might have been like watching like the Alien Superstar video as opposed to like,
oh my god,
tweeting about someone.
Alien Superstar is gonna have a video.
Yeah, I think she shot a video for everything. So because so you remember all the stills that dropped the weekend that Renaissance dropped? I think those are stills from the video, and we have evidence because when the "I'm That Girl" clip came out, she was wearing the outfit from one of the pics. And when I posted, I said, "Well, I think this is from the videos." Her mom, who follows the blog, by the way, her mom liked the post. I think.
So why do you think she's waiting?
I think her new model is to put the videos out a year after. So remember for The Lion King, she waited a year to put out the visuals. So I don't think we're gonna see
Beyonce. Don't do that. A year?
I think we're gonna get it a year later. I think we're gonna get
That's sick. If we really have to wait a year for those to come out, that's sick.
Yeah, no, she's toxic. So
that's sick. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm glad I'm not a part of the Beehive at least.
Yep.
Because I know the girls
just get patient. Listen to Cuff It over and over. So that's all I got for you.
I feel so sorry for y'all.
Next loser, Right Said Fred. The Losers, who apparently are making a lot of money because they're being sampled by everyone. The guys who made "I Am Too Sexy" sampled the Drake song, also sampled on Alien Superstar. They were doing victory lap after Beyonce sampled them, or when they found out they were sampled. Fast forward a few weeks, calling her arrogant and saying that they made like they complained about how much money they made, yada yada. Her publicist put out a statement. So that's when I said
because Beyonce would never address you.
But she has to be mad because even that doesn't happen often.
That's true.
So yeah, Right Said Fred, losers as well. Next loser will be Monica, who's palling around with Kodak Black.
No, continue. I don't know what to say because I'm confused.
It is so weird.
I'm confused.
It is so weird. It's so embarrassing.
Because I don't think she's dating him. It's like, oh, like that's my friend. Yeah. But it's like, how did you become friends with Kodak Black? And
friends enough that you're not.
That y'all posting each other and everything.
It's super weird. Final loser will be Stormy Wellington, aka Coach Stormy.
Oh my god.
So this is some kind of, I think she's like a life coach of sorts.
Hey, you want to know something? Real quick. Don't nobody ever ask me when I'm going to start coaching again. Because I think life coach now has a negative connotation to it. So we're going to wait for me to go back to school to become like a therapist or something. Because life coach will never be, we're going to change it to leadership coach or executive coach because I can't.
Yeah, first of all, I think that the coaching industrial complex has become this big,
this shit is crazy.
Scamming operation. And where a lot of people, it attracts people like Coach Stormy, but also it also attracts victims, right? People who are just looking for community in some kind of way, because
I mean, technically, to be a coach, all you need to do is be a step ahead of a group of people. That's it.
Yeah, or appear to be a step ahead of a group of people, right? And so the whole thing's right. And that's why we've done so much talking. We're not even saying why she's a loser. So there was a viral clip where she is on this like little group seminar situation that she had with her followers, including someone who has like a large following as well. Her name is Tammy Price, I believe. And she's telling her that she has like a low vibrational plate.
I would never eat a plate that looked like this. You couldn't even pay me $1 million to do that to myself. Oh my God. I deserve better than that. That's low vibration. I won't even look at it that make you look bad. I'm a queen. Queen's plate thing like. If we used to have two plates together and said who's royalty, they would say this person. I agree. That's a good way.
Between me and you, who queen?
What it looks like is, so Coach Stormy, if you can call her coach,
she charged them 10 racks.
Charges people $10,000 a head to come to a weekend with her, where you get to be on a boat, you get food, you get to go through her closet and pick things. The things are not included in the $10,000 price, so you get to look through her closet and then spend more money to buy the things in her closet. And she's motivating you the whole time. So they act like what appears to be a cookout. It looked like a cookout to me. Winn-Dixie plates. Everybody holding Winn-Dixie plates. They're like in swimsuits or something. Yeah. And her Winn-Dixie plate got corn, shrimp, and maybe like one burnt hot dog. Tammy's Winn-Dixie plate got a burger, a hot dog, some shrimp, some corn, maybe a little bit of French fries, a baked potato. It was looking good.
Yeah, it was. To be fair, Stormy only had a wing and a shrimp. It had like 3 items.
Okay, it was very, very small.
You know,
so
it's royal.
Coach Stormy with barbecue sauce on her fingers, licking her fingers, pointing at Tammy's plate, say that's a low vibrational plate. Tammy like, tell me more, Queen Stormy, put me on, let me know what the game is. No, because she was really sucking her dick. Sorry, heavy. Excuse my language.
Exactly.
When she was on her dick,
jocking.
Like it was crazy. And Coach Stormy like, that's low vibrate. Look at your plate. Look at all that. And Tammy was like, but they put this on my plate. And she was like, I don't do what they tell me to do. I do what I do.
I'm the leader. I'm the visionary. The whole thing was just crazy.
Stormy, y'all can't see I'm wearing a dress right now, but Stormy's legs wide open, cracked open. You could see her underwear. She got green fingernails just pointing at the Winn-Dixie plates, licking her fingers. Child, called this girl all types of low vibrational. Then followed up with another clip. In this other clip, she got Tammy sucking her dick again. No, I knew you was looking out for me. You my sister. I knew you was looking out for me. And Stormy said, yeah, because your mama dead, your daddy dead, and your auntie dead. So who else you got? Who else gonna tell you? Her auntie just died. Her parents had abandoned her at a young age. Please,
the whole thing's a mess.
When you got friends like this, who needs enemies?
Literally,
who needs enemies?
It's so sad, and it's just really, I can't really, get. I don't want it's like. I was about to say something. I don't want people to feel offended, but like people who like join like fraternities and sororities and things like that. I mean, and no disrespect to anybody, but like I don't look up to anyone that much. And when you see people who just get so enamored and like put people on these pedestals and want to be part of their clan, like I can't relate.
And it's that for me, like
I can't relate at all.
It's one thing if you are the type of person who knows and understands your individuality, and you're not looking for somebody to school you. You pick up your knowledge where you want to pick up your knowledge. You take what you want to take and leave everything else on the table. But when you know that you are in a position to be easily manipulated, you can't just be listening to everybody. And it's unfortunate that Stormy has this kind of following of women who look up to her.
Like honestly, with people, you just have to be semi-assertive and sound semi-knowledgeable, and people will follow.
And honestly, this is part of the reason why I stopped coaching, was because I got too many messages of girls saying to me like, I need your advice. Like, I need you. Like, and
it felt like worship.
It felt weird. And it was, to me, you don't need nobody to help you with your decisions in your life but you and God. You don't need me. I am a tool. I am not like something that you need. And I think it's weird when people get into these codependent relationships with, like, they put people on a godlike pedestal, and it's weird.
It's really strange. And it also reminded me of, like, most of the barbershop conversations I've witnessed over the years. How, like, people say, yeah, you know, barbershop is real talk, but a lot of times in these barbershops, it's just usually one person who's, like, assertive, giving, like, terrible advice to everyone, and everyone's, like, treating like gospel, like, oh man, that's real, that's real.
Yo,
it's
a bunch of niggas being little broed by one big bro. And what we saw right there was a bunch of bitches being little sis by one big sis. Y'all could never little sis me. Y'all could never little sis me. Not me. But y'all do what y'all do, though.
But this type of situation repeats itself in so many different settings, and it's really strange.
It's a lot of girls who was saying, oh, I can't believe Coach Stormy did that. That you got a big sis right now that be doing that to you.
But in any case, Coach Stormy, it was really just a fraud, I think. But also, in a lot of ways, she's funny, right? I mean, she's a joke, right? But you know, like there's this picture,
absolutely a joke.
Pic of her like saying, yeah, they tried to cancel me, but they couldn't, or some shit. And she's jumping out of like a Bentley that's clearly rented, it has like a barcode on the window, and like acting like she's coming out of the owner's seat, but there's no one in the driver's seat.
With a very tacky looking dress. That dress was tacky looking. And
it's just so fun. Like,
I feel so sad that people can be easily manipulated. That's why you really have to, like, you really gotta pour into yourself. You really gotta see that the only God in your life, besides whoever you deem to be a higher being, is you. You are the only authority in your life. You're the only person whose decisions will affect your life. Nobody else's decisions will affect your life but yours. You are the lasting authority. Stop giving other people more power than yourself. I hope one of you girls be on No Hipster Live. Please. Please. Because you girls need help. Y'all got me spitting, child. You girls need help.
Go ahead, Coach Thevey. We love it.
You see what you done to the coaching industry, Stormy? That's a joke. I can't even be Coach Thevey no more. One day I wanted to be Coach Thevey. I can't even do that.
Wait, that thing you said about Big Bro Big Sis is funny because this one too, they say, oh man, Big Bro culture has made us a women, and that is just factual.
That's literally what's happening.
They were just jocking.
They was getting sunned and they was wanting to get yo, because I promised to God if a bitch ever point out my plate like that. I'm knocking the fuck out of your plate, out your hand. We're gonna fight. You wanna fight. Like, to me.
And my favorite, I really do feel like Coach Stormy feels like, I think it feels like a skit. Like, it's so ridiculous to me that it baffles me that anyone would see her and not only take her seriously, but take her seriously enough to want to take advice from her and want to give her $10,000. Like, that's
10 grand. And listen, if you got 10 grand.
Yeah, and that was 10 grand to make them rich, apparently. If you have that 10,000, you're probably already doing okay. Probably, unless maybe you put it in the credit card, which would be a problem.
Oh, that's it. Or they got loans,
which would be even worse.
Which is predatory. I hope you get sued. And congrats to George Floyd's family for suing Kanye West. Love that for them.
We even forgot that.
$225 million at your door.
250. Yeah.
Shit, I forgot 25 million. You cannot forget 25 million. 250
no, this episode could have been 2 hours long because there's so much we.
You could have just did a Kanye episode.
That's probably what it should have been. But
you really could have did a Kanye episode.
We're at the end of it, but like that did happen today. $250 million because he said that he repeated the right wing lie that George Floyd died because of his fentanyl use, which is false, right? Because we saw the video.
And I hope that they get every penny.
You know how to cheat. You can move, but anyway.
Oh, you said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
My God.
We need like.
Why would you say that?
Let's try to get it together for less.
Okay.
It's fine.
Oh my God.
We need.
You're not a tree. You can move.
And then she said, behind every successful move was a pack of females.
You are not a tree. You can move.
That's right, that's right.
Behind every successful woman, there's a pack of females.
Okay, everything is funny. Okay, wait.
Everything. No, we can go forever, but we're gonna stop here. All right, we've come to the end of the show. Thevey, it's always a pleasure. Again, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Then we have to turn up soon, actually.
No, we really do.
Hey, what'd you do for your birthday?
I went to Mexico. I went to Mocha Fest, actually, plugging in Mocha Fest because I loved that travel group. And then I had a birthday dinner last weekend where I laid my 20s to rest. Nice. I'm such a theme girl. I love a good theme.
I see. I love it. All right, let's give you a way to find you on social media probably.
You can find me at ms.thevey, Miss Thevey on Instagram, Miss Thevey on Twitter. I don't really have anything for y'all. I just be looking real cute and posting pictures and videos of me looking cute. And yeah, that's what I do.
Episode 65, No Hipsters Pod.
Cheers.
Talk to you next time. Bye.